And another season of the NBA on ESPN is underway.
Let's go!
Curry for the record.
We have a liftoff.
We are in a battle of the New York teams. The Nets taking
battle.
on the Knicks. It's not. It's honestly, yeah, you're right. It's not
Only
that much
one
of
of
a
them are
battle.
going to the playoffs.
Listen,
Only
Kevin
one.
Durant pulling up.
He's so mad at everybody right now, and I love it.
Why do you feel that?
I love it. It's a team on his back. Everybody counting him out, and that's not a place you want to be.
Is Ben Simmons going to play in the postseason at all?
I hope so.
The word rhymes with yo. No.
Hey, they just said he was out for the rest of the regular
The
season and the
Maple
play-in
Mamba.
game.
The Maple Mamba.
Stop it.
Yeah, we got Nets.
Ben ain't
We
coming
got
back.
Nets, Knicks. That's at 7:30 p.m. on all of the ESPN platforms, ESPN app. This is Hoop Streams. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and the ESPN app. I want to talk about something that's been plaguing the entire NBA season.
Oh, goodness.
We've been talking about the
Starting
Lakers
strong,
from
King.
jump.
Oh, my
Okay.
Okay, yeah, let's do this.
Oh, sorry, Christine Williamson, Gary Streisky, King McClure. But I
did
just
it
want to talk
now.
about the Lakers really fast because I remember going into the season and everybody's talking about how old they are, and LeBron's like, yeah, we're old, but we got this because we're all vets, you know? They're not going to make the playoffs.
Oh my goodness. The biggest disappointment maybe in NBA history. Look, that team is stacked. They're supposed to be in the playoffs. It's supposed to be a top 3 seed. The biggest disappointment, and they got this guy right here, Russell Westbrook. Don't even get me started on this man. But the biggest disappointment, talk about AD was hurt all year. I don't care. You still had Russell Westbrook and LeBron. Biggest disappointment.
Yo, they owe him $47 million next season, Russell Westbrook. King, I don't think that it was a coincidence that you wore that shirt on today's episode.
Oh,
a couple
wow.
of days after
Are you
the
throwing
Lakers
shade?
were eliminated from the playoffs. Do you think the Mamba, obviously RIP, sits out an elimination game?
There's no way this man right here is not an elimination game. He wouldn't do it. Jordan wouldn't do it.
Let's go.
Magic wouldn't do it.
Here we go.
Kareem wouldn't do it. But you know who did it?
LeBron James.
Y'all's king did it.
I just wanted to drop the match and let King erupt.
My biggest question, though, because everybody likes to talk about the fact that, you know, we always figure out how to get LeBron into the playoffs.
Yeah.
What is the playoffs going to be without LeBron James this season?
It's going to be like a there's other teams to focus on. Like, there's younger superstars in this league. I'm so excited to see what the Grizzlies do in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're young. They're exciting. They can win despite and in spite of, and they have the most electric player in the association, Western and Eastern Conference, bar none, John Morant. I can't wait to see what he does in this next step in his 3rd season now. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be very entertaining. I mean,
Yeah.
But it's almost weird, you know, a playoffs without LeBron
it's gonna be
James.
weird.
How many times have we said that?
4
in my
times
whole
in 20
career,
years.
Seriously,
in my
it's
whole
insane.
lifetime, my whole lifespan, which really hasn't been that long. How many times I've been able to say that there's no LeBron in the playoffs? That doesn't even sound right coming out my mouth.
It's
Count 'em on
insane.
one hand.
It's wild.
many.
Anyways, who cares about the Lakers? We don't need to talk about them.
Yeah, they're
This is the
relevant
last Wednesday of the regular season. We won't be talking about them that much longer. Actually, that's a lie. We're still going to talk about them. Anyways, Nets, Knicks coming up. That's at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. And that guy will be there, even though he's not going into the postseason either. Okay, guys, this is normally the part of the show where we do NBA Rewind, but rather than doing that, since this is the last Wednesday of the regular season, we are going to give away some awards for the entire season.
I should have worn my tuxedo.
The Streamies. No, I don't wear
love it.
tuxes.
That's
Carrie.
fine. Yeah,
I
it's
wear
the Internet
t-shirts and
Award show.
leggings,
Shut
okay? So we're going to give out some awards, and I'm very excited about this, and we're starting with the nominees for Best Dunk of the Year. Okay. Our first nominee is Obi Toppin versus the Hawks.
We don't need to
Legs.
see anything else.
That's the winner right there. That has to win.
Okay,
Hold
Jeff
on.
Green versus the Trailblazers.
Old man.
Nah,
Hey, listen. We got to give him points because he's an old man dunk.
yeah,
Westbrook
whatever, man.
versus the Jazz.
Oh, I
Oh my
forgot about
gosh.
that.
Hey,
Oh my.
okay, we liked
when he
that
was
one.
good.
And then Ja Morant
Oh.
versus the Lakers. How do we feel about the nominees, guys?
Okay.
It's a tough one.
We started
But
hot with Obi.
The between the legs in game is ridiculous. That is disgusting.
You guys are a little
However,
premature.
that body that Westbrook caught
Correct.
was filthy.
Correct.
I like Obi better than Westbrook, so I'm going with Obi. I got to give it to Obi.
I'm with you on that one because I remember that dunk, and the next day on SportsCenter we had Vince Carter on to talk about, and even VC, Mr. Dunk was doing this. Half man, half amazing was like, yeah, to do it in a game. So Obi better win.
Obi has to win this one.
Okay, I have to tell you guys the winner is Ja Morant.
Ja Morant. That's not even top
versus
two.
the
Come
Lakers.
on!
Congratulations, Ja.
I'm not mad at it because listen, it's Ja.
He can fly.
He got the Grizz top
Right.
2
No,
seed.
I'm mad at it. That's not even top 2 dunks in the 4.
Well, guess what? The people that voted on this say otherwise, King.
Wow.
You might be king, but you are not. King? I don't know. Okay, let's go to best.
Vote.
Let's go to best dish.
Okay.
We got some.
Little
I mean,
chicken
said
parm,
some likely
little
candidates
broccoli.
here.
Oh, wait,
Devin
okay.
Booker
Oh, good
to
pass.
Bridges.
Oh, that's tough.
That's
That was versus the Cavs.
kind of like an accident.
Middleton to Giannis.
Oh, jeez.
Against
dude.
the Nets.
Looking like,
Oh, yeah.
Looking like Aaron Rodgers there
Right.
in Wisconsin.
KD to Paul Millsap. Skirt.
Oh,
that was-
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh.
He bypassed like 4 of his
Yeah.
teammates to get.
Yeah. And then LaMelo Ball
Oh, this is
to
awesome. I remember
Miles
this.
Bridges.
Yeah.
Scoot.
Listen, Airbnb goes crazy. All right, these guys.
How do we feel? How do we feel about that?
Tough one.
You ran the 1-2, man. So if anybody
Yeah,
knows
that-
what it's like feeding.
Look, that's a tough one because the Devin Booker pass from beyond half court, put it on a dime
Yeah.
to the alley-oop, but KD coming down the lane and being able to find somebody with his extremely long arms like Mr. Stretch right there.
That's crazy.
I might have to go with KD.
Okay, I'm going Chris Middleton to Giannis because he seeded that ball and he went baseline to baseline. And you know, like, I got small hands, so anytime I would try to overhand a basketball, it would shoot.
Yeah.
But I mean, that thing was a freaking
It was a
missile.
dart.
Straight to
Look,
Giannis, so I liked.
This is a tough one.
Okay.
We'll
Too bad you guys aren't voters because the winner of this one is LaMelo Ball.
All right, listen. I'm not gonna disagree with it because the theatrics right here. I mean,
Yeah, the
look at all
between the
this
legs
extra.
pass.
This was all extra. We didn't need any of that.
Exactly.
but how do you look? He put it right under the rim. Had he like let it hang just a little bit more and threw it a little bit further, it would have been way cooler.
We didn't need any of that, but Aaron BB continues to dazzle us. So you know what? I will let the Academy have this one.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay, so the next streamy is for best pregame fit, and I will say
Ooh.
there were some better options.
Who's
but
that? Who's that?
Here is
That Dick Tracy?
Russell Westbrook,
Okay.
Cat.
What is
That's
this?
Bruno Mars.
That's awful.
Stop.
That's like awful.
That's horrible.
Which
2016?
Cat dresses very well, and that wasn't great. James Harden,
Nope.
Devin Booker, and like probably the most modest outfit that
Yeah.
I've seen him wear all summer or all season. Chris Paul looked pretty solid
The
here,
leather pants,
and then
right.
He
LeBron.
looked like Neo.
Um,
LeBron got his tequila.
Now, here's the
bag
thing.
in his little satchel.
I don't want you guys to vote or like say your two-piece about like overall throughout the season. We have to stick to these pictures. Who do you guys think should win the streamy for this one?
Hey man, you're the style one on TikTok.
Look, I think I might be going with Westbrook or Westbrook or Chris Paul. Chris Paul with the leather pants.
That was, yeah.
And then Westbrook looking like a lemon head. I kind of like it.
I feel like
more.
lemon head sounds like an insult.
Yeah, it did, but it was still fire though.
Okay.
It was like a fire like insult.
So here's what I will say.
I'm going
Westbrook, you said LeBron, G?
No, I'm going Devin Booker.
Okay, D-Book.
I'm going
Okay,
Westbrook.
Devin Booker, I will say, was very well dressed this season. He
Yeah.
took his game to another level.
Yeah.
If you're talking about the competition overall this season, I would say D-Book, but like I said, that was a very modest outfit from him in this situation. So the winner of this is the
D-Book.
patent leather pants with CP3.
Chris Paul. There we go. I'm not.
Okay, I understand that, but I think you guys will agree with me that I think Devin Booker's outfit, even though we know it probably cost $1 million, that looks like an outfit that an everyday dude can
That's
pull
what I'm
off.
saying.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like the subtlety
Yeah, no,
about
but
it.
this
That's
looks,
the whole
that-
point is to be best
That's what I'm saying.
dressed.
Chris Paul looks like an outfit that not an everyday dude can
He
pull off.
plays in the desert. He's wearing a turtleneck and a trench coat and leather
might have
pants.
been
That's
cold.
ridiculous. It's OD.
He might have
might have
went
been
to
cold.
somewhere cold in Boston or something.
All right,
That's
let's
also a good
let's
point,
talk
King.
about the conversation that we've all been having literally for forever now.
Okay.
Who is the MVP of the season? Okay, we all know the likely candidates here: LeBron James, Joel Embiid,
JoJo.
Giannis Antetokounmpo,
I need to find out where Terrence is from because he was the one who cast my vote. All right, so
Devin Booker, skirt, and DeMar DeRozan.
Listen, I am so confused.
Okay.
While we left off Jokic.
Yeah, Nikola Jokic is not on
Where
here for some
in
reason.
the world is Joker?
It's disrespectful, bro.
It's so where is
disrespectful.
Joker?
Especially like DeMar could have come off this list. No offense to him,
Whoa,
but he could have
hey,
come off
But
this list.
really though,
He could have.
Instead of taking names off the list, I think we should have just kept Jokic on the list.
Yes.
Hear me out.
Or LeBron could have come off the
And-
list.
Yeah, that's true. Like
Ooh,
that's
get me
that's
started on
true.
that one.
That's true. Like he sat out an elimination game.
Right.
Kobe.
Jordan would never.
Jordan would never. It's going to go to JoJo, but I can see an argument for why Devin Booker is the MVP. The late season surge. He has the Suns playing the best basketball. Remember, they did a chunk of this without CP3. 63 wins and counting.
That's tough.
Franchise record. Like D-Book is the real deal, and I can listen to an argument with him being the MVP, but I think it's going to JoJo.
It has to go to JoJo. I mean, he's a center and led the league in scoring. Got the scoring
crazy.
title.
Crazy.
That is absolutely unheard of. You have to, and he can do it on both sides
Not
of the floor.
saying Shaq.
Not just offense,
All
but
right.
defense too.
Okay, so
Has
I'm
to
going
go
to
to
just go on and
JoJo.
tell you guys once again that you guys are not voters. You guys are just sharing your opinion. And the winner is
Giannis, he's going Giannis.
Giannis
Okay. I'm not mad at that either.
Antetokounmpo.
I think Giannis is in the same exact boat as Jokic is, not to the level of disrespect, but like we don't talk about the Bucks because we come to expect this from them, and then all of a sudden when they're in the Eastern Conference semis, we're like, oh yeah, the Bucks.
Right.
Oh yeah, why are we sleeping on Giannis? Oh yeah, that's the Finals MVP and the reigning MVP. Like he's built.
He's the
different.
guy.
I love him.
He's the guy.
He's a nice guy. He
That
seems like
too.
he's the coolest guy.
That
ever.
too.
So I'm not mad at him.
Mr.
Okay.
Congeniality.
What you just saw was some of the best moments in the 2000s in the NBA. And that sounds so weird to say because like it's, yeah, whatever.
We're old.
Yes, we are old.
Don't include me in that. I'm not old.
So, yes, you
I
are.
said-
I
It's fine.
refuse to be
It's
old.
fine.
We
Tonight
are
on
old.
ESPN2, there will be a special broadcast to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the league, with each quarter taking us back to a different decade of the league. In honor of that anniversary, here are 7 influential retired NBA players who advanced the game of basketball to its current level. All right, so we got Magic, Bill Russell, Jabbar. What, Gary? Are you good?
Keep going. Keep
Okay.
going. Keep going.
Oscar Robertson, Julius Erving, Larry Bird, and MJ. Gary has something to say because his mouth is wide open. You guys can't see it, but
Where is Allen Iverson?
Ooh,
That's actually a really good
That's
question.
actually a really good point.
that's actually a really good
Stop
question.
down. Where the hell was Allen Iverson on that list?
Allen Iverson influenced more people than Oscar Robertson did.
Allen Iverson might be the
Yeah, I
most.
said
We don't have to take people off.
Allen Iverson
okay?
might be the most influential player in NBA history. Modern era. Modern era.
Okay, can
What?
we take a look at that graphic again? Okay, so let's just talk about how these guys changed the game.
Okay.
Obviously, Magic was a prolific scorer. He was a prolific
Yeah, he was.
distributor. Gosh. We know.
Wow, Gary.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is NBA's all-time leading scorer, 6-time champion, invented the skyhook. Obviously Larry Bird evolved the game for the big man perspective, and then MJ is MJ.
Hold on, wait.
What?
You cannot say Allen Iverson without saying Kobe. Kobe's more influential than
Just
Allen Iverson.
because I said Allen Iverson, that doesn't mean that I feel some type of way about Kobe Bryant. But all I'm saying is that Allen Iverson revolutionized the game both on the court and off the court, and people that were 6 foot and under were like, yo, I could do this 6 foot and under. There's players in today's game that do the same thing, but Allen
Right.
Iverson was the first
I will
to do
say
it.
that Allen Iverson, if we're talking about players that changed the game, like Kobe obviously was a prolific player, but Allen Iverson changed the game off the court as much as even more than he did on the court. I feel like in some degree, because
Yeah.
Allen Iverson was the first player to do what he wanted, to show players that they could be their true selves. They no longer have to be in suits and that kind of thing. I feel like he definitely changed the game in a lot of ways that other players didn't do before him.
And no disrespect to Oscar Robertson and and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but we just weren't alive during their prime eras. That's why we don't want to speak on it. But yes.
Okay, so
Hats
now
off to
that
them.
we have had that conversation about former players, let's talk about the 5 current players who we believe are the most influential today. And this is going to be a great conversation
Yes,
because
it
we're
is.
going to choose 5 of them.
Let's go.
Uh-oh.
And by
five
we, I
to
mean
one.
y'all, because I'm not trying to argue with you guys today.
You going 5 to 1?
Yeah, let's go 5 to 1. Who do you guys think is number 5?
Number 5.
I'm going KD. I'm going KD, and I would put him higher. But KD, he was kind of the first person, not the first person, but he was one of the main superstars that kind of took ownership of where he wanted to play.
Okay.
So in the sense of like players dictating and navigating and being the GPS of their own careers, he was sort of the guy that was like, yeah, I'm going to go here. And I don't care what you guys think. I mean, if you remember, early KD was like the nice, fun-loving guy who was playing 7-on-7
Yeah.
flag football
Right.
in Norman, Oklahoma. He went full heel, and I love it.
Okay, so do you agree?
And he's
No,
a
I'm-
7-footer with skill, man.
I'm-
That's like
I'm-
influential in and of its own right.
Me personally, I'm you know what? I'll agree with you. on this.
You don't have
Okay.
to. if you
No,
don't
no,
want to.
I know, because
Who
the,
do you think?
the reason why is
Who
because
would
I
be
feel
number
like
5 if it's not KD?
I would say Giannis, but I'll agree with Gary
Okay.
because I think
Do you
that
have KD on your list at all?
No, I mean, I'm gonna put KD on there because I think that he showed that you can be tall and still step out and shoot the 3 ball. You don't
That
have
too.
to stand
All right,
inside
let's
the
put KD
paint.
at 5.
So we'll put KD at
we
5.
can switch these
Who you got
around
at
if we
4?
decide that we want to switch them around.
Let's go 4. I'm gonna go with either Giannis or Luka.
Let's go Giannis.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll rock with you with Giannis.
I'll go with Giannis, but I'll say it for a different reason.
Okay.
I feel
Why
like
Giannis?
Giannis was the first person to show us that you can do it by yourself, right?
Yes.
You don't have to join a super team. You don't have to go go to a big city to win a championship. You can put the team on your back and do it yourself.
I think Giannis is also a key example of like, listen, a big market team is a big market team, yes, but if you're a big time player,
Yeah.
that market, it's gonna get big because of you. Milwaukee now, they built an entire new arena and all of the
Yeah.
space around it. They built that because of Giannis. I mean, he's a big ticket guy. He's bringing championships, he's bringing eyeballs, he's bringing productions to Milwaukee. That's the basketball portion. On a global scale,
Right.
this is a kid from Greece who the Bucks drafted, and
Right.
you hear all the throwback videos of I'm going to be the MVP and the people laughing at him, but like he's truly one of those guys in today's NBA that have really, really made the game international, almost to the level of Major League Baseball. We don't have to dip into it, but like Giannis is an international superstar, and you can't say that about a lot of athletes
Yeah.
across professional sports.
I am curious, even though obviously we have more conversation to have, but there's some other foreign guys on this list.
Which is why we saved,
I'm just like,
saved some space.
let's just see how it goes. Okay, who do you guys have at number 3?
So for number 3, I'm going with Luka, and
Yeah.
the reason why I'm going with Luka is because he shows people that you don't have to be athletic. You look at everybody on this list, like maybe except Chris Paul, Jokic, Melo. Everybody else is a freak. Even Jokic is like 7 foot. Melo is 6'8". Chris Paul is like 6'1", 6'2". But Luka Doncic, even though he's 6'6",
I was like, he's 6'6".
but he's not extremely fast. He's not athletic. He's
We
very
had this
precise.
conversation
He's very
before.
precise with his angles. It's all his mind. So he showed people that if you can do it with your mind, then you can play on a high level.
Okay,
Now, I'm
yes.
not going to say he's just no regular dude.
Okay,
he's
thank
not
you.
that. He's not just a regular guy.
Right.
But he shows you don't have to have the athletic tools that are God-given in order to play in the NBA.
He's basically
6'6", though.
Giannis's international impact without Giannis's God-given physical abilities.
and athletic.
And I think that's the one reason why he gets the nudge over Giannis in terms of being an influential player.
Yeah.
A lot of people can see Giannis or Luke and be like, I kind of look like this guy. A lot of dudes at 24 Hour Fitness and LA Fitness look like Giannis. Not a lot
Not
of
a
dudes in LA Fitness and 24 Hour Fitness look like Giannis.
You
All
just
right?
said the same
That's
thing.
what that's what I
He
meant.
definitely
'Cause I was
tried.
like, nobody looks
you
like
walk into
Giannis.
a gym and you're like, a lot of these dudes kind of look
Okay.
like Luka.
But here's what I will say. I think that we underestimate. I do not disagree with you guys having Luka at number 3, but I do think we underestimate the fact that Luka is not just like a regular guy at 24 Hour Fitness. For multiple reasons. Number 1, like you said, King, he's 6'6". Number 2, he played overseas against huge grown men for a huge part of his life. And I understand that, like, it's like, oh, like that helped him mold his game, but like there aren't that many people that are playing overseas since they were young kids because they've been doing that. That's what they do overseas, right? That come over to the NBA and play at Luka's level. So I will say.
But did you see Luka's body the past 2 years? My man, like, he just drank 5 beers and stepped on the court.
No, he does drink like that, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, he does. That's what I'm saying.
That's why I don't
think... A regular dude, he's not regular.
But that's why I don't think that he can't be that regular. Because if he is a dude that is drinking like that, like a crazy person, and then going and dropping double-doubles every single night, then he can't be a regular physical specimen.
He gives the average person hope because they say, I can look like you, I can drink 5 beers, I can look, it makes a lot of sense. I can look unathletic, I can be unathletic, and still be able to treat my drink.
He has influence on the game. He looks like the everyman.
He looks like it, but
and that's
he's not.
why it's an influential. He's an influential
That's why it's
player.
influential. You just proved my point, Christine.
No,
thank you so much.
Like,
Gary, thank you.
He
Next,
looks like he's an everyday player, but he's not.
And that's facts. That's why he's in the association. Number 2.
Who do you have it to?
LeBron James.
Okay.
LeBron. Listen, when you've been under the microscope since the freaking late 90s as a high schooler and you've lived up to every single expectation and bar that has been set for you, listen, for a generation of people, Gen Zs and even half of the millennials, this is their GOAT, right? This is the greatest player of all time. So, I mean, we can't sit here and encompass what LeBron James' impact on the basketball court has been, but there's no disputing that he is one of the most influential players of all time.
Yeah,
spend an hour going into all the reasons
I have
why.
to agree with you, bro, because anytime you have Space Jam, the original with Michael Jordan, then you have Space Jam 2, and it's LeBron James, you're definitely hands down have to be one of the most influential players ever because they're not going to give that to just anybody. And just his influence on the game as far as everyone to be like MJ, they wear the shoes, even though his shoes are not that fire. They're really heavy on your feet and they aren't comfortable. Like but he still gets people to buy them because he's LeBron freaking James. Yeah. And he wants to play with his son. He can get his son anywhere he wants his son to go because he's LeBron freaking James.
And outside of the court, obviously, credit where it's due, the I Promise School, all of the scholarships that he has with the universities there in Ohio. I mean, he's literally a game changer and quite literally a life changer for, it's going to be countless number of young youth who get the opportunity to go to college because of LeBron James' foundation, his I Promise School, and all of the philanthropic stuff he does outside of the court. So that's why he's an influential player.
Okay, but so I was gonna say, I do want everybody to know that, like, obviously LeBron James is at number 2. So, like, before you guys give away exactly who is number 1, why is LeBron not number 1?
Because this person at number 1 is more influential. He changed the whole game of basketball.
All right, who's number 1?
Steph Curry with the, was it shot or pot?
Shot.
Steph Curry with the shot. Why would I say pot? It's Steph Curry with the pot or shot? Am I tripping?
Curry with the
I'm tripping right now.
Boy. Yeah, there it is.
I knew it was pot. There we go.
But he says, I'm real Chef Curry with the shot. Been cooking. He says both, but anyways, go on.
But neither one of us know. But Steph Curry, just the way that him and the Warriors changed the game of basketball. We look at it as it was primarily let's get to the cup, let's start inside out. Now it's let's start outside in. You shoot more threes, you have a better chance of winning the game. You shoot 40 threes a game, you can make 50%, then that's 60 points right there. He changed the whole outlook of basketball to now teams' whole philosophy is how can we get up more threes than the other team? Because if we shoot more threes, we win more games. He changed the outlook of basketball forever. A lot of old heads don't like that, but it's okay. It's a new generation. That's why we're here. Younger people rule basketball
And
now.
I think Steph literally kind of made the big man obsolete, right? Because they used to just be the paint stuffer, you know, the Shaqs of the world, the Barkleys of the world, just taking up space in the paint because it was an inside-outside game. Now it's just like, we're just going to spread the floor and shoot. And then the big man is just basically obsolete. Of course, centers do still play their role, but like anybody can shoot. Not everybody can dunk. So again, Steph is the everyman. You see that guy, and he's chiseled out of stone, but you're like,
That's the argument that I'll
take.
take.
A superhero.
I'll take that argument for Steph more than I will for Luka because Steph is 6'3". He's athletic, but like he's like a regular athletic dude, and he's just getting buckets from the logo on a consistent basis.
We just got award showed, all right? We spoke so long, the music stopped. We better button this segment. John Morant, though, honorable mention.
He's young.
John Morant, definitely honorable mention.
He'll crack that top 5 soon.
All right. All right, we love hoop streams because we get to talk hoops, and it's even better when we invite people that play hoops currently, especially at the professional level, into the show. So we have New York Liberty Sabrina Ionescu joining us now. Sabrina, what's good? We're so excited to have you here. I want to start talking about just like you in the off season, because I saw some pics of you like in Germany. You just look like you're living your best life, and I'm a little jealous. So what has the off season been like for you?
It's been a lot of training. I love that you think I'm living my best life, which I am. But I have been tirelessly training since probably a week after the season ended. So it's been a long off season, and I'm just really excited and looking forward to the season.
Let's talk about that, because I can't believe that we're inside a month now until opening night. Was it May 7th? And of course, we have the draft in a couple of days. Last season didn't end, of course, the way you wanted it to, but now you're coming into your third professional year. I know it's super early, but what are some expectations for your team heading into this year?
Yeah, obviously to get better. I think that's the goal since the season ended last year, is just how can we be better? How can we get better? We've added some pieces in this off season, and with the draft coming up now, excited to see what we're going to add. But I think it's just kind of this quest of every single practice, every single day, how can we get better, and everything else will really take care of itself.
You know, they asked you about the team, Gary just did, but what do you add into your personal bag for this upcoming year?
Honestly, getting healthy. I played last year in a lot of pain and just not happy with that. Probably wasn't the best decision. And so this entire offseason has been focused on getting healthy, getting back to playing, the way that I need to be playing and how I want to be playing. And so really being able to build off that. And so that's really what I'm most excited about and looking forward to, is just being able to grind and do that at 100%.
King, basically, she just said, wait and see, bro. Wait and see.
She didn't want to give me the details. She didn't want to give me the inside scoop, but it's okay, though. I'll be watching.
I'll pull out the bag of tricks when the season starts. I want to talk to you a little bit about women's hoops in general, because obviously we just had March Madness, and it was the first time that the women's game was being able to be called March Madness. South Carolina wins. It was a huge deal. I know there were plenty of records broken. What have you seen in the shift with the women's game so far?
It's been amazing to see, from viewership to how many people have been talking about it across all platforms. It's really what we need, and it's what we deserve. And so it was amazing to see the games being on ESPN, the branding on the floor, and just get these women getting the respect that they deserve across all platforms, across men's sports, and everyone talking about it. And so super happy for South Carolina, but even more happy for women's sports.
Sabrina, do you think you could have kept a straight face with Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird cracking jokes and
so
trying to get ESPN fined, even though it was the internet?
No, I probably could not have. I'm not great at it. So I would have been laughing the entire time.
Definitely. All right, we want to get you out on this because, of course, we know you've been training and stuff. I don't know if you can see this. We're going to try to zoom in. Stace, our director, is zooming in. You live in New York. It is your in-season home. Christine is going to be there tomorrow, and she has a genius strategy of just printing these cards. The front of it says, "Hi, I'm Christine." The back of it has, Sabrina, all of her details. Her Insta, her TikTok, a Google voicemail, an email, and it says, "I'm Christine, and I think you're a good-looking guy. Are you interested? Contact info above." Is this genius taking these to New York? She printed 100 of them.
Wow.
Honestly, shoot your shot.
Hey, I'm trying to get
Sabrina
listen. That's all I need. All I need is a true shooter to tell me to shoot my shot. That's all I need in the world. I feel like if I get buckets like you in the dating game, I have one.
You printed 100 of these.
I know.
100.
That's 100
You
shots
got
I
to
can get
get at least 5. You got to shoot at least 20%.
Listen, five would be ridiculous. Okay, we're only going at least 50% of our 5. Anyways, thanks so much, Sabrina, for joining us.
Thanks,
Thank
Sabrina.
you, guys.
Shooter, shoot. That's all I have to
shooter,
say.
Better put that card up one more time before we say goodbye.
No, I don't want these people in my DMs.
Okay. You're just going to hand those to 100 strangers on the streets of New York tomorrow?
That's how I shoot my shot.
Okay.
Anyways, we got Knicks coming up very shortly. King, before we get into predictions, obviously the Knicks aren't playing in the postseason, but what are you excited about in this matchup particularly?
Well, I want to see if Kyrie can still be Kyrie. I mean, you see it take off so many games this season because, the mandate. But now that he's back in the rest list and the whole, he's not having his legs under him, I feel like he needs to be able to get back to the regular Kyrie game in, game out. Yeah, he doesn't have enough rest between games, or the same amount of rest between games.
Right.
But I think that overall, he can still be the same Kyrie. He just has to get his legs under him and get used to it again.
Who the hell's saying that?
What?
They didn't see the 50-point game or the 31-point game or the 30-point game
Kyrie
or the
was only
30-point
playing
game.
for away games, so he was just like getting mad rest. I
Crazy.
didn't even consider that, but G, what do you think?
Yo, that's nuts. Listen, this is just all tune-up for Brooklyn. I mean, I feel bad for everybody in the play-in, and I feel bad for the number 1 overall seed, whoever locks it in the East. The Heat? Nobody, listen, I don't care what anybody says in front of a hot microphone. Nobody wants Brooklyn. Nobody wants Brooklyn.
No, for real.
No.
If
Nobody
you're
wants
a top
Brooklyn.
seed, I don't want to see Brooklyn. I don't want to see KD. I don't want to see Kyrie when
No,
he finally
hell
gets
no.
his legs under him.
No.
I don't want to see these guys.
Right.
And if you didn't want to see Ben Simmons, you don't have to worry about it. You ain't going to see
I
him
was going to
anyway.
say, and then possibly Ben Simmons
We ain't
during
seeing Ben
the
Simmons. Stop it.
actual
Look,
playoffs.
He ain't even on the court right now with the homies. We ain't seeing Ben Simmons. And
He
they
was
don't
he was getting
need
shots
him.
up early. Yeah, they don't.
I'm not going to say they don't need him.
He'd be more of a, he hasn't touched
He would
the-
help, but
I'm
I
not
think it
going
would
to say they don't need him.
it could possibly complicate things since he hasn't been playing since he literally got
He
there.
hasn't touched the basketball since June of 2021.
That's exactly. He's even played a
But
game
Ben
in
Simmons'
18
game
years.
is not tailored around him scoring. It's strictly facilitating.
And
But his
defense.
And playing
it's a
defense.
back injury though.
But that helps. Facilitating and defense helps. His game is not scoring.
So you guys have, who do you have, King?
I mean,
come
the
on,
Nets.
come on.
What are the chances that the Knicks beat? I'm just going to say the Knicks.
Okay.
I like to do that.
You're one of those people.
I just like to throw that in there. Anyways, thanks
right.
for watching Hoop Streams.
Where's the card?
Nets, Knicks coming up.
There it is. Let me see.
Holler at me. Nets, Knicks. Coming up right now on ESPN and the ESPN app. Don't forget to watch it, and we will see you guys next time.
917-512-6327. Single@thebaldgirl.com. You're welcome, America.